The framing effect is a concept that I have talked in previous videos on this channel, and a concept that is core, center to the strategic narrative method. Framing is the ability to present information in a way that is advantageous to your goals. For the framing theory, the way you present information is actually more important than information itself. You know, the famous glass half full or glass empty is a really basic, commonly known example of framing. You can look at a glass and see that the level is at 50% of the capacity of the glass, and decide to look at the glass whether it is empty or full. Depends how you want to look at it. Strategic narrative is the coherent orchestration, the intentional construction, use of many frames inside your business and outside your business. Frames that help you better understand what your business is about, that help you better make sense of it, instill it with purpose, share why it exists. Frames that help you better market your business with a clear vision, a clear positioning, and some meaningful marketing. Frames that help you create a unique perspective, a signature argument that differentiates you from all your peers. And frames that help you create product and services that are aligned to the narrative and to the perspective that you have for your business. Framing for your business is really everything. In fact, when you look at the problem that you solve, the problem is not the problem itself. The problem is how you think about the problem. You can look at a problem from different point of view, different angles. I talk about in the example of Volvo in previous videos, and I mentioned how the founders of the president of Volvo, not the founders, but the president of Volvo's, faced with the adversity of losing a relative in a car crash, decide to go on a mission to reduce the number of deaths on the roads. And so that's the problem. Now, the way he looked at the problem was through the lens of engineering, but he could also have looked at it through the lens of policy making, law enforcement, education, teaching people how to be better drivers, for instance. But he decided to look at it from the lens of engineering and created cars with his team, created cars that are safer to drive. So framing was at the center of a strategic choice to position Volvo as a family sports vehicle that is not only fun to drive, but also safe, much safer than any other vehicles, because thanks to the 3-point seatbelt, you could get in a crash with a Volvo and still survive, which was not the case with any other cars, who at the time used a 2-point seatbelt. This is a great example of how framing influences strategic decisions, and how framing for you could help you make better decisions, make better choices, make sense differently of client situations that set you apart from anything else. So you can frame things in different ways. There are many sorts of frames. I lay out 4 main frames in forms of stories: the origin story, frames why you started your business initially, the opportunity story, the second frame, the major frame in the strategic narrative method, frames why you want to have the impact that you want to have in the community, and why is now the perfect time to tackle and have that impact, to tackle that opportunity and have that impact. The perspective story is the third main frame in the strategic narrative method. Helps you, as I presented before, frame how you want to go about this opportunity. And the fourth frame is the product story, is how somebody who is interested in your product should understand your product, what kind of usage should they make out of it, and what kind of benefit they will get out of it. So these are 4 big frames in the method, but there are many others. Don't underestimate the importance of frames in your business. Frames have a significant influence on how you make decisions, on how your prospective clients decide to buy from you, your recruits decide to join you and work with you, or your investors decide to invest in your venture. Good luck.